Hello, welcome to today's video diary for finding my way with pie, purpose, intention, and emotion. I am thinking about how I've been curiously observing the emotions. Wow, my hair looks crazy. I drove my kid to his extracurricular activity, and so I'm sitting in my car doing the video diary because it's on my mind, and the sun it's shining in the window behind me, and it's lighting up all my crazy wild hairs. So got a little bit of a halo today. All right. I'm thinking about when I'm curiously observing my emotions. I'm also deeply feeling them. And you've seen a lot of feeling on the video diaries if you've been following along. And I wanted to think about that because we do need to feel our emotions, but we also need to be able to let them flow and let them go. Now, I'm realizing as I go through, this, what feels like a challenging experience in my life right now for what I have going on, that those emotions will ebb and flow. But I'm reflecting on it today and wondering, am I really letting go? So there's a couple of thoughts about that. I think sometimes we maybe have an expectation of ourselves to let the emotions go quickly or on some predetermined timeline. And I'm realizing it's taking me a little bit longer to let them flow and let them go. And I'm also still in the thick of this situation, so they're going to ebb and flow. And I'm still exhausted and depleted and not out of this situation yet. So every day still, in it, which kind of like renews those emotions. So it then needs to become a daily practice to let go, let them flow, and, be kind to myself and patient, show myself love. So I was just thinking about that aspect of the emotion. Another thing I'm thinking is some of the emotion that's so deep for me. I am very much a lead with my heart, feel everything in my heart kind of a person. I think that gives me deep wells of strength. And it also means I feel things very deeply, particularly when it means saying goodbye. Whoop, up, up. Here come the damn tears. I don't like goodbyes. And I know in my head, if I, change what I do for work, that it's not a forever goodbye for people that I've known for the last 20 years who I love and have worked with, right? I know that. But there's still something that there is still a loss. It's hard to articulate and describe, but there's such a change, and there is like a loss of what that was, right? Like what that routine and those people in my life and the relationships, maybe change because they're in the thick of it. They're busy and I'll be doing my thing and won't see them every day the same way. And then there's some unknowns, but I think I am associating it with a goodbye. I don't do goodbyes well. I recognize this in myself today, popped up to the surface, thank goodness, because it helped me realize, like, holy cats, why do I have so many tears about this? And I realized that's partially, there's lots of it, right? You've heard me work through a lot of it, but definitely that's a big part of it, is the saying goodbye piece. I realized it today because my daughter is having to say goodbye to a friend for a situation that they have going on. And she is so much like me, y'all, and can't handle goodbyes. She's never been able to handle goodbyes, ever. cries and cries and cries and cries, and I just miss them. I just miss them. I just miss them. I need them. I just miss them. And I was like, as she was going through that today, was like looking in a mirror, and it struck me. Oh my God, I'm feeling that too. That's okay. But I needed to realize that so that I could feel it. Breathe it in. Recognize it for the beautiful thing that it is. And let it flow. And let it go and not hold that and lock it into my body. Also, another thing I thought was super interesting. I do regular chiropractic care, and I had a spot today when I went in to see my chiropractor, who's freaking amazing. When I went in to see him, it's like under my shoulder blade, and it was a rib that was under my shoulder blade that was out. And now I don't know anatomy, I could be totally wrong, but I'll tell you, I was driving and I was like, it feels like that rib is like right by my heart, and I feel tears. I feel heartache. And look at what my body did to accommodate and adjust for that heartache. Wow. It's just amazing. I just had to share that. Just curiously observing it felt like a personal epiphany for me, and what I'm going through and acknowledging it for what it is helps. And last thing I'll say, if you're a human, you've gone through some things that felt emotional or challenging for you. And I don't know about you, but I'll just share, for me, it's even more important for me during those periods of my life that I stay completely dedicated to drinking enough water, trying to get enough sleep, keeping with my exercise routine, trying to eat healthy, not really consuming a lot of alcohol. It does not take much when I'm in what feels like a fragile state to feel worse about myself and then to go into a downward spiral. So that's within my control. Today, I was able to do my workout, and it did help my mood and my mental state. And then the last thing I'm going to share with you, again, personal information and very vulnerable. But when we're thinking about the whole body and your whole being and your whole well-being, information can help sometimes. I have a doctor. She's a holistic doctor. We did blood work, and she was able to identify certain markers in my blood work that were low. And she said this, typically lines up with like depressive type symptoms. Are you going through something hard right now? And again, it just struck me. Our mind and bodies are so completely interconnected and intertwined. I'm sure you may feel like, well, duh. But I don't think our society or Western society approaches it that way very well. And I don't think many workplaces handle that very well. And there's just this expectation that they're separate, and they're so not. And my body is showing how interconnected it is with what's happening with me emotionally. In fact, emotions are a physical response in your body. Thoughts and physiological response in your body. So I just felt like I had quite a few epiphanies while I was driving and thinking about trying to curiously observe what I was feeling. Just wanted to share it, document it in this video diary. And I hope it helps someone. So thanks for being with me on this journey. I'm glad you're here, and I hope it helps you too. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.